Chào mừng quý vị đang cùng quay trở lại với chương trình Việt Nam trong tim tôi. Ở số lần trước thì quý vị đã cùng trò chuyện với cô Christine về lý do vì sao mà cô rời nước Úc để đến với Việt Nam, cũng như là những hoạt động từ thiện mà cô đã mang lại. Hôm nay chúng ta sẽ tiếp tục cuộc trò chuyện với cô Christine nhé. During the time when you stay here in Vietnam, is there any persons affect to your life, or they have a story that involved in your life or something like that? I mean, that Vietnamese friend or Vietnamese person have you to adapt yourself, or have you not to feel strength when you live in another country?
Many. I have many Vietnamese friends who really help me understand the culture more deeply, because they know I have a real interest in understanding the culture. Two is probably Tan Tu, her name is, and she's probably my best Vietnamese friend. And she's like my younger sister, or could be my daughter. And she teaches me many things about daily life here in Vietnam, but also I then teach her about other ideas about marriage and children. And I always say to her, she is an example, her and her husband are an example of how Vietnam can move forward with better understanding of husband and wife and family life, and while maintaining their culture. And her children then will be the next example of that, in that they will be learning, they'll be watching her and her husband and their relationship, and so they will learn from that, and they will make a difference as well. So it's, that is the daily life thing, where you are teaching and learning all at the same time. So Tan Tu in particular has been a very close support for me, and also to teach me about living here.
Nếu mà bạn gặp cô Christine thì ấn tượng đầu tiên của cô là người rất là lạc quan và vui vẻ, cho nên là cho dù mọi công việc có khó khăn hoặc là công việc có gấp rút bao nhiêu thì mình vẫn nhận ra được là sự lạc quan vui vẻ hiện lên trên gương mặt của cô hàng ngày, cho nên là cái tính cách đó đã dần mình đã học hỏi được từ cô.
Tôi đã làm việc với cô Christine từ năm 2009, và thật ra kỷ niệm với cô Chris rất nhiều, nhưng mà có thể ấn tượng để lại cho tôi nhất là cô Chris cổ luôn làm việc với cái sự đam mê, và cổ đã có thời gian ở lâu tại Việt Nam, vì vậy cổ có một cái sự hiểu rất là sâu sắc về văn hóa Việt Nam. Và khi làm việc với cô Chris thì tôi dường như không cảm nhận được cái rào cản về văn hóa giữa tôi và cô Chris. Vì vậy trong cái cách cư xử với đồng nghiệp á, thì cổ luôn là cái người mà tạo cho người ta được có cái khả năng truyền cái đam mê của cổ cho người khác khi cùng làm việc với cổ.
To the foreigners, what is the special things in Vietnam? What you think you want to say here?
It's people. I mean, things are things, you know, and it's lovely to have things around my house. But here it's about people and the life. People are so giving and generous, and they want to support you. You know, I never hear, no, I cannot. I hear, okay, let me figure out a way. You know, it's let's work together to figure out a way. And I really like that.
So, 14 years working in education, what do you think about Vietnam education now? And do you have any suggestion for development?
Well, I think now, like, international education is very much about learning in a different way. It's the framework of teaching and learning in a different way, but all country curriculums, including Vietnam, is still based on a content. So I think now the education department here they are seeing and looking for change now. And from everything I'm hearing, they are looking at developing that further. They're very happy about children enrolling in international schools, but you know, minimize that not too young so they don't lose their Vietnamese language. It's very important for Vietnamese to keep their mother tongue language. So I think, you know, the government is protecting that, and I think they're doing a good job of that. And then I think they will move forward to look at more including the child, more inquiry, more understanding that children going off to university need to already be organised, already have their own ideas, you know, be able to formulate ideas. That's what it is, not just learn out of books, but actually get ideas.
Practical and listen to the student, have some of the idea. But do you have any comparison between the Vietnamese students in comparison with any other student in the world? For example, in the Australian students?
Academically? I think it's students, especially Vietnamese students getting up to, you know, the middle school, the older grades, they are really working hard, really working hard. And we have a lot of outstanding Vietnamese students who, you know, you heard the speech today was just a beautiful speech by a student who was such a really strong academic, but also has this other community service element.
Before coming to Vietnam, where did you live?
I was living in Australia. I had a family of 3 daughters, and I was working at a school, and I was working with children who had problems learning. So they had a lot of difficulty and challenges in their life. And I really enjoyed working with those children because you felt like you were really supporting them and making a difference. So I was at that school for 15 years, and then my children started to grow up and leave. My eldest daughter went to live in the UK and work there. One daughter went off to university, another daughter was away from home and living away from home. So all of a sudden it was just the dog and I. Every night I would go home and the dog would greet me, and it was very lonely. And I decided then that I would take 2 years to do some voluntary work in Vietnam. I had been working with children who had challenges, but I thought, you know, I had a degree in child development, so I wanted to help children who were delayed development, and Vietnam had always been in my heart. For some reason, you know, it was always very special to me. So I thought I wanted to come here, and I had an opportunity to come and work for 2 years doing voluntary work with malnutrition children.
What you do here, I think that your children, your daughters, you have, how many daughters you have? 3, right? They feel proud. Con gái that feel proud of you. When I come here, I see a lot of pictures of your family here. Can you show me some of the pictures that you have with your...
Absolutely. I love to show people pictures of my daughters and my granddaughters. There's my little granddaughter there, the youngest one. That's my 2 granddaughters.
2 granddaughters?
This one's...
the eldest one?
This one, she's 10. She's called China. China. Yes. So it sounds like the country China, but it's spelt differently. And this is Ava. And this is my middle daughter and my youngest daughter. This is Erin and Carly. And then this one here is my eldest. Her name is Sheridan.
Her daughter?
No, actually this one here, Carly, has the 2 daughters. So 3 daughters, but only 1 having babies yet. I have 2 more. I'm still in hope. I have many grandchildren.
You are the most happiest grandmother in the world.
I love to spoil them.
Have you have any experience to share with the people who want to celebrate donation activity or charity activities, as you have a lot of experience?
I think the people realizing that one person can make a difference, that is the first step. I really believe that everybody thinks or sees problems. You know, we'll see problem everywhere. Oh, that's very sad. Oh, that's difficult. Or, you know, you see things all the time, and you don't do anything else. That's it. You know, you go, that's really terrible. And sometimes maybe you give money for one time, or maybe you let someone know that somebody's in trouble. But I believe that one person can make a difference. And when you see someone like Trish Franklin or Jimmy Pham from Koto, people like that, they are one person who is affecting the lives of so many people because they went further. They took the next step. So yes, that's terrible. What can I do? How can I help? And not just one-on-one. So they always say, don't give someone, you know, a fish, teach them how to fish so that they can fish for their entire life.
They can earn their living.
Yes.
Yeah, because the money is just used for a short time, but what they can use the ability is the longer duration. Yeah.
Like something sustainable. When I was also on the executive committee of AUSCHAM, the Australian Chamber of Commerce. So that was a voluntary thing that I started to do. Back in 1996, I started there, and I was the longest serving member on that executive. And we decided to have, because we were raising money from these events, we decided then that we needed to have a framework to be able to give money away. And so we created a charitable fund with that Australian Chamber of Commerce where people could apply for money to be donated to them, but they had to meet our criteria. And our criteria was that it had to be sustainable, that it had to show, they had to show how it would go on and continue to help people, that it wouldn't just be one donation that was used and nothing happened after that. They had to create something that was sustainable.
I can see that even though I am not the parent taking the student to school, but during the talk today, I can see that very happy if we can say hello in the morning with a very wonderful woman in the school like you. Before we finish the programs, you want to say anything to the viewer together with me? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Hãy cùng tôi yêu Việt Nam. Thank you very much for sharing us your stories, and we have also a souvenir for you.
Oh, thank you very much.
This is a small souvenir for you.
Oh,
and I think that
goodness.
you can hang it in somewhere in your living room.
We'll find a wall.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, please
That's
keep it.
beautiful.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thưa quý vị, với những lời chia sẻ từ phía cô Christine, chúng tôi xin cảm ơn quý vị đã theo dõi chương trình Việt Nam trong tim tôi số lần này. Bao giờ cũng vậy, mỗi một nhân vật mà quý vị theo dõi sẽ là một câu chuyện đáng để chúng ta học hỏi, đúng không ạ? Còn bây giờ, xin hẹn gặp lại quý vị vào số lần sau với một nhân vật khác chắc chắn sẽ rất thú vị. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại.